This is the Wyze Duo Cam Doorbell. By the name itself, it leads me to believe that this will not be the only dual camera device from Wyze. Wyze Duo Cam Doorbell version. We'll see, maybe something like that. Anyways, this is supposed to be the latest and greatest smart video doorbell from Wyze Lab. Here I'll be comparing it specifically to the Wyze Video Doorbell Pro, its predecessor for the most part, but also to the Video Doorbell Original and V2. And I'll be determining which one is the best for combined value and features. Quick spoiler, these are all really good. First and foremost, we can see on the front that just like the Pro, it is wireless and has a Wi-Fi chime included. And also a kind of relatively new feature, which is exciting, is that you can use any other Wyze Cam as a chime for the doorbell, but I'm not sure if the Wyze Cam Outdoors will work for this. One thing though that I'm hoping is different is that on the Pro, you have to have the chime between your router and the doorbell, so the doorbell will not work if the chime is not plugged in, which does potentially allow for a stronger signal, I guess, but limits where you can have the chime. So I'm hoping that we will have the option for either of those configurations. Now let's take a look at the features displayed here on the box. You can see we have 2K resolution, which is about 1440p. We have color night vision thanks to Wyze's starlight sensor, and two-way audio, which I'll be testing. I'm hoping it is somewhat upgraded from the Pro between the microphone and speaker on here. It has the same IP65 weatherproof rating as the Doorbell Pro, which has proven to be very good at its job. And it can be either wired or wireless, just like the Doorbell Pro. And it has motion and sound detection, which is built in. You can also do person, pet, and package detection using the Wyze Cam Plus subscription with Wyze AI. And a 24/7 continuous recording, which the Pro does not have, is possible because of a microSD card slot behind the camera. One thing it doesn't show on the box is on the Doorbell Pro, it shows 6 months of battery life. And I believe this is going to be different since it actually has a removable battery pack rather than a built-in one. Alright, so now let's get to unboxing it. Alright, so it looks like we have a tray, sort of. See a quick start guide on top. I was about to say, they don't have it. I was going to be disappointed, but you get your eye back to the Wyze Duo Cam Doorbell sticker. Very nice. Alright, starting out, we get our quick start guide. I will be showing you how to set it up within the app. And first impressions, this is significantly bigger than the Video Doorbell Pro. So we have this giant battery pack opening in the back. We have our microSD card slot right up in there, actually. We have our wire connections, reset button for setup. We have our camera on the bottom there, as well as IR lights to supplement it, just like we have around here. And one thing I'm not a fan of, actually, is this gloss plastic around here. Just makes it look a bit cheap, in my opinion, which, I mean, it kind of is. But it just looks kind of wavy and non-uniform. That might just be me though. You have a microphone there and a giant button here, which is sort of clicky, but when you actually press it, it's kind of soft. This has a LED ring around the outside as well. Here's the chime. This is also, I guess, roughly the same size as on the Video Doorbell Pro, except a bit taller. Has this different speaker grill design. Honestly, it looks like it was made in like the 70s or something with this pattern. So you can't see the grill like from this angle, but straight on you definitely can, and any vertical angle allows you to as well. So I don't know how I feel about that. We have these bars on the side for whatever reason, maybe the antennas or something. We have the Wyze logo and the setup button right there. All right, it does come with one rechargeable battery pack. Oh, that's interesting. It actually has USB-C directly on the pack. Interesting, I guess that's nice, actually, since you don't need like a separate wall charger or anything. Looks like we have, okay, full and charging LED indicators there. This is hefty. And here we have a USB 8, USB-C cable. We have our extension wires. I don't know why we have 4 of them, because there's only 2 terminals on here. Interesting. Then we have 4 screws with drywall adapters, and looks like 4 smaller screws as well, and 3 of these wire nuts or whatever they call them. Interesting. Here we have VHB tape. I don't know what that's about. Here is our actual mounting bracket. You can see there are 2 places for screws to go into your house siding or whatever it is there. And we can see here there's a little picture showing how to mount it. So you kind of lever it in like so. Here's where our terminals come out. It is slightly raised off of your wall. And there is this kind of foam on the back, which I guess directly is kind of where the battery goes. Have our speaker grills on the bottom there. You can see that they're right around here. So let's just put this right in. And it kind of pops in like that. So it'll be at about that much of an angle. I really don't know if I like how huge this is. Because like it's significantly deeper, including the backing plate, than the Doorbell Pro. But it's $10 cheaper, which I don't know exactly why. Either whatever technology's gotten cheaper, or this is just a cheaper product overall, which it kind of feels like. Although the battery is not in here. Plastic, I don't know, feels a bit less expensive in quality as the Doorbell Pro. Maybe it's because it's matte. I don't know, might just be me. Anyways, we can put our long screws in there, and then our short screws go in there, which is how this screws in, like so. Alright, now let's head outside and set it up. Alright, please excuse the lawn mowing in the background, but we're gonna click Add Device here in the app. Gonna go to Cameras, and we can see at the top of the list here the Wyze Duo Cam Doorbell. Alright, so it first says to insert the battery into the doorbell. This will be even before our actual installation. Like so. And just like it said, our status light now is red. Alright, let's click Next. Now we're gonna press the reset button for 5 seconds. So that's this button right here.
Restored to factory settings.
Okay, so I guess that just kind of does a factory reset here. Okay, so I guess I didn't even need to say...
Ready to connect.
Alright, I heard you ready to connect. Now let's begin the setup. And it is searching. This is using Bluetooth between your phone and the doorbell to find it. Networking, wow. Alright, so now you're gonna choose your Wi-Fi network. You can see that this is now flashing blue. Actually, I think that's almost purple and red here. And now it's connecting directly to the Wi-Fi. Alright. Set up completely. Tell me which voice you prefer in the description. The new voice or the older voice? Alright, let's begin. Alright, so we're gonna click yes, I'll use my existing wiring. So it shows to disconnect the doorbell. Alright, now that we have it disconnected, let's click next. I'm gonna have it at an angle. And now it says to install the corner kit. And then the back plate. And what I like to do is just kind of put an indent there so I know exactly where I'm going to put the screw. Then take this off so it's easier if you don't have a drill to actually put it in. And it is actually nice that there's 2 holes, so it is symmetrical, so you can put the wedge either way and have it be the exact same. And it also gives you more space than on the Doorbell Pro to put your wiring through. The only thing I don't like, again, is that the screws are all the way out here rather than just having to be right here in the middle. But I guess that'll give it more stability. Alright, so we've got our 2 small screws in there, and now it's going to have us connect up the wiring. I don't know why it has us doing this after putting the back plate on, but let's follow the instructions. Alright, so now it says to connect up our wires. Just says pair one end of an extension wire to one of the wires coming from the wall. Should look just like this, and repeat with the other wire, twisting the cap to fasten the wire securely. Again, I'll just be using my existing ones from the Wyze Doorbell Pro. So I'm going to loosen the screws on here, and it does not matter which wire you put on which terminal. Just slide it on like so, and tighten the screw back down like that. Alright, let's click next and attach your doorbell to the back plate. Alright, now just like this, push it in like that, and I mean, it really sticks out quite a bit from the wall. It's pretty hefty, but it seems to be secured in place well enough, I guess. It's a bit flimsy. It's because of the way they mount it and because of how far away from the wall it is and how many parts there are. But I think that'll do just fine. Alright, now you can go turn your breaker back on.
Now this part confused me because I don't remember ever seeing disconnecting the breaker in the instructions, but I know it has been in previous Wyze Doorbell instructions. And so either they missed it or I missed it. If you can find out, please put it in the comments down below.
And the mounting is completed. Alright, now you can name it. I have a Wyze Cam Unlimited plan, as you can see. And you can add your plan just like so. Let's click OK. So I'm just going to share the device and then we'll continue. And then you just go back and let's click skip and finish. Doorbell's all set up. So I'm going to update the firmware and then we're going to get the apparently optional Chime set up.
Alright, let's plug it in here.
Ready to connect.
That speaker, honestly, from here does not sound great. But it
Ready
is.
to connect.
It is just for a tone, so it should be fine. I heard
Ready to connect.
Okay, I get it. I heard ready to connect. And now it is searching.
Ready to connect.
Now it's searching for my device, and so to keep your phone
Ready to connect.
near the Wyze Chime while searching. Can they make that, like, not say that as often? Alright, now you're gonna connect to your Wi-Fi network. See the blue and red flashing light on there. We're gonna click connect, and now it's connecting to the cloud. I don't know why it needs to be. I guess just the doorbell chime signal actually goes through those servers rather than just on your local network. I don't know why. Now it's adding the device and we'll finish the setup. Alright, it said setup completely instead of setup complete. I don't know why. Let's click next and just sure, we'll say living room. Click finish. I don't know why it's having me show the chime as well as the doorbell. And it says I successfully set up my device and finished your to try. Okay. Finish. Now let's connect your chime with another Wyze device. Alright, so I guess it's just having me completely set this up standalone, and now we're going to connect it to the doorbell. So, interesting. So you can actually have the chime trigger based on events that happen on a different device. So that's why they have you do it separately. That's actually very interesting and could be useful rather than just getting a notification on your phone. You can have it do it right on the chime. So let's choose our most recent front doorbell. And if it's pressed, And then you can also select those. So let's just say if it's pressed, then we'll click next. And you can see, again, it is a totally separate device. So if the front doorbell button is pressed, play clear doorbell at volume 4. So we can change that. Let's click save and continue for now and change the volume. All right, and it says my chime is now connected. So, okay, that's pretty quiet. This seems quieter, significantly so, compared to the Doorbell Pro. So, interesting. You can have just the chime on Auto Do Not Disturb. So, we're gonna have the volume all the way up like so. And now let's change what sound it makes. And so now in our entry-way chime, to change the, well, chime, you just click here, and then you can do if this, then that. So we have just front doorbell pressed, and here's where you change it. So here are the different chimes. And we actually have a few other ones as well. These are new ones, so modern tunes we have. Probably not that one. So you can have that actually goes on too. So they have relatively simple sounds, but that was nice actually. So actually, that was nice, I think. For now, we have a TV. Here you can also schedule when the doorbell rings when it's pressed. So if you like go to work and then come back or anything, you can have it so it doesn't trigger when you're the one doing it. So you can also change on which days that happens. So pretty neat. And finally, let's set one of my other Wyze cams as the chime. So let's add, set it here, click save. And now let's go test it out. Then we can actually set a different tune and volume as well as the Do Not Disturb for camera chimes. Now I'm going to compare the audio fidelity between the Doorbell Pro and the new one that I can't remember the name to. So I feel like this is way clearer, and I wish we could use this in tandem with the other one. I don't think we can, but here's this one. And now let's try the other one. So you tell me, but I think the Pro has better fidelity. Now let's try the VoIP functionality. You can see that you can have it specifically call you at any time or only if the Wyze notifications are on. Don't have a schedule set, so I have it on. I should receive a phone call. Okay, so first I need to turn this on. Alright. Now let's try it. Front doorbell. Let's see. Can I listen to it through here? Hello? Oh. Nope, so it looks like it's just a quick phone call. And
then it actually opens the app and brings you right to the camera feed.
So what do I think of the Wyze Duo Cam Doorbell with the Wyze Wi-Fi chime? I guess I can see, even though it doesn't really make sense, why it's $10 cheaper than the Pro. I do like that you don't need the chime. I do like that you can use other cameras as chimes, which you are, for some reason, not able to do with the Pro. You can tell that I think the chime audio fidelity is a bit lower. Does seem to be around the same volume though, which is just fine. I do like that there are more sound options for your chime. The one thing that I really wanted it to have though was the ability to actually see text on packages. Mine is at a perfectly reasonable mounting height, and even with the 1440p, I couldn't like pick out text like on the shipping label. Which is, I guess, what I really wanted, because with the normal camera, you can see what someone's putting on your porch, and you can see basically almost the whole thing, at least as if you have it, like, on the wedge mount, where you probably don't even really need the bottom camera. And it's double the price of the regular Wyze Doorbell V2, although that does not have a chime, but that can also have chimes, cameras, other Wyze cams as a chime. So for double the price, I don't think it's worth it. I mean, it's matte black, but so is the other one. They both have micro SD cards. They're both 1440p. They both have the weather resistance, the instant notifications, which I guess is great. Server side, still depends on your internet connection though. Although that phone call came in very quickly, so that was pretty cool. Both have Wyze Cam Plus with 0 cooldown, up to 5 minutes of recording length, with of course the continuous recording with a micro SD card. If you have a Doorbell Pro, I really don't think it's worth the upgrade, unless you really need to see exactly what is right next to your door or what's right in front of it. But if you're getting a Wyze Cam for the first time, a Wyze Doorbell, so it is $10 cheaper than the Pro, so if this is your first Wyze Doorbell purchase, you might as well, I guess you get the extra camera. And the mounting system, I do like it a bit better. You just have the pin instead of a screw. Seems to be holding on fairly alright so far. You just really want to make sure you don't strip the plastic threads with the mounting to your wedge, if that is how you're doing it. I did have an issue with that on the Pro, but same thing. This actually does have larger screws, so you may not have as much of an issue with that. It is kind of significantly larger than the Pro, but not big enough where it's too bulky. I do still like it that it's significantly thinner than other like competing video doorbell brands. And I mean, you still get the same great Wyze software experience. You do get a lot of options, which is really nice. I especially like and use all the time the detection zone. I like on this one now that you can choose what you get notifications for, like versus recording and notifications. I don't really know why there's like fire and CO2 alarm support on the doorbell, but they have it, so I guess that's great. So I'd say that honestly, the regular V2 definitely has the best value, but if you want to get the slightly, honestly in my opinion, upgraded experience, I guess go with the Wyze Duo Cam Doorbell over the Pro. It is $10 cheaper, you do get some newer features, although it does seem like the quality might have taken a little step down. But let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you in the very next video.